Okay.
I think this is a really critical time for all students to come out here, and I think the key theme is solidarity, and we've seen the perfect example of that today. Just everyone that's come out, all students, workers, everyone just in their unions coming out to prove that we can shut things down and that this is an issue that is important to us, that we believe in human rights and Palestinian lives and an end to the genocide. And by coming out here and showing solidarity, we can show that we have the power together to shut things down, to shut down our work, our schools, if they do not pay attention to the issues that are most important to us. We are the students, so we are our colleges. So what's important to us is important to the college and the administration as well.
So the school year is almost over. So what do you think will happen with students when the academic year ends?
I think students are going to continue to come out and show their solidarity. You know, it's not just students, but other organizations, professors, workers that are coming out, and people from PSL, people from WOL Palestine that are constantly organizing these events. And so it's not over tomorrow or the day after. There will always be more events. There's always going to be opportunity for students to come out and show their support, even if there's no school in session.
What are most students wanting to see happen? I mean, obviously there's the demand for a ceasefire, but beyond that, what is the desire for an outcome?
Beyond a ceasefire, which is what everybody wants, just an end to the killing, the students really just want to see transparency from the universities in what their investments are going towards, whether their universities are giving money and bankrolling Israel or not. And if they are, then the next step is divestments and calling for the administration to cease all investments in the genocide.
Is it a call for divestment in Israel specifically, or is it all military? Israeli businesses, weapons manufacturers, Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, Elbit. These are just some of the genocidal companies that universities are investing in, and it goes contrary to the students' views of human rights that the college could be investing in genocide at this time. So it's a broader issue than the current.
Absolutely,
right now.
absolutely. It's such a broad issue. I think it affects all spheres of life. It's impossible for Palestinians to live. They can't eat, they can't learn, they can't go to school, they can't take care of their families, and it's just such a dire situation that affects every area of life.
Are there any broader political goals of this movement, do you think, that most people hold?
I think that everyone in the movement are big believers in human emancipation and human rights, and so it's not just Palestinian liberation, but it's an intersectional movement. You know, it's Black liberation, it's liberation of Sudan, of Yemen, of end to all genocides around the world.
What does liberation, what would that look like to you guys?
Well, in the terms of Palestine, liberation is the complete and utter return of Palestinian land to Palestinians, the right to enjoy life here on this earth now instead of waiting for some long, far off goal. It's we need liberation now and an end to the genocide, and every inch of Palestine needs to be back into the hands of the indigenous people, the Palestinians.
Do you have any view on how Israel should have handled, how you would have wanted Israel to handle the events of October 7th?
Yes, I think it is never right to target and kill civilians and protected groups under international law, for that matter. Medics, journalists, even journalistic offices have been bombed. And so it's not a matter of self-defense as the IOF claims. It's a matter of imperialism, and October 7th has only been an excuse and an opportunity to further the attacks and the war front against Palestinians.
But is there a response that you're saying the things that they did were wrong, right? But what would have been the preferable response?
I think just no violence at all, just standing in place and not making any form of escalation against Palestinians. And
certainly not escalating the situation when Palestinians as a whole are not the ones who were responsible for October 7th. Palestinians had nothing to do with the events of October 7th, but instead what's happening is all Palestinians are being punished and collectively killed for the events.
If you could.
Go to NYU! Go to NYU!
Okay. Looks like we're on the move.
Yes.
Thank you very much for talking
Of course.
with me.